to do that and cause that problem.
That they
Oh,
weren't there
oh,
for
yeah.
they yeah, that they weren't there to actually steal what we were trying to get. They were there trying to make a
They still attacked that facility, so we could basically set one corporation against another.
and that could be why they didn't believe us. We told them the place was about to blow up. They just thought it was all part of the drama.
So I'm not
Wait,
sure whether I want the money more or whether, because I wasn't there, so I'm not in the video feed, so I'm okay with that. So I'm not sure whether I want the money more or whether we should go after destroy the recording and stuff because it's already out. And so trying to get rid of it's going to be like, psh,
Blow it all up.
I mean,
Blow everything up.
it does come into an interesting situation because you see this video evidence this is video evidence putting you at the scene and whatnot and all that. But at the same time, you see, there's if a corporation sort of goes through legal channels, as it were, to do anything about it, then they're actually admitting the situation where 9 times out of 10 they can downplay it as false, fake news, and all this sort of stuff. You know what I mean? It's very much so. To be honest, the fact you're there and everything else just means that the fact you've got a recording there and everything else means you're probably only going to have to stop. You're going to have to watch it back probably if Equidine petrochemicals. I forgot what I called them already. Equidine Petrochem. They may send they may send reprisal teams after you, or they might not. Ironically, in some ways, they may, in fact, you may actually be found out you're being hired by them. You know what I mean? It's an interesting world of politics. It's all about the bottom line and one corporation over the other. That no one may ever actually care that you were there, if that makes sense, because it's all about deniability and everything else. If basically admitting you were there doesn't hurt the bottom line, then you might be in trouble. But otherwise, who knows? But obviously, at the same time, it's still evidence that you were there, of course.
one of the other runners get away.
I do believe, yeah. I mean, you get the impression. I get the impression the feed you have of the person caught in the blast was from Gandalf's perspective. I do believe Dogman and Nexus got away. Not that you knew they were called Dogman and Nexus, but you know what I mean. Nexus was Donahue clone and Dogman was Pow Pow clone. When I say clone, of course, as I was clarifying earlier, they weren't clones in the traditional sci-fi sense of.
They were the DM's mirror, the DM's mirror of us.
Yes.
They weren't quite as handsome.
But yeah.
They weren't.
It's already out there. The video is probably spread. There's no way to get rid of it. We can crash the site, but other people have already downloaded it and whatnot.
Well, yes and no. As I say, there's someone would have to do some severe data crunching, but there is, there is embedded into the video feed some code that basically checks that it is only being sourced from the original site, if that makes sense. It's the same with all the music vids of all the entertainment these days. They've got basically self-executing code to make sure they're not pirated or replicated. People get around it, of course, but it takes a while. So,
okay. I say, in which case, I'm going to suggest that we should go visit their servers so that we can make some adjustments and get our commission.
Well, you've already been paid from that regard, so you're okay on that score. But you mean commission for being in their video? I see what you mean. Yes, I like it. That I like. Right. Well, So you better, well, obviously, if it's on the deep web, then obviously it's not going to be at their normal corporate headquarters. So how are you going to as a group investigate where you need to get to?
Um, if I ought to be able to trace the video if I'm watching it.
Well, I mean, yes, yes and no, because obviously they will put things in place to make sure that it's not easily traceable. Otherwise, these places will get shut down. So they will be looping it through here, there, and everywhere, and it will be through you know what I mean.
Whether asking first would be better or not.
It's really up to you which way you want to go, and obviously there are there are multiple. As I say,
I'm not on the combat tracker.
That's okay when you're not in combat.
I'll try reaching out to him politely first.
Okay. Existence Entertainment, how can I assist you today?
No, not existence, sim sensing.
Existence Entertainment is the source of the sim sensing.
But it's a separate thing, so that's like I'm not like I said, I'm not going to reach out to existence.
Oh,
Going to reach out to SimSense and
SimSense is the technology. Well, SimSense is just is a proprietary technology from Hexon Megacorp that basically they sell out, and obviously all the entertainment feeds use it these days.
oh, I thought that was the Darkwood company that was selling it.
No. Existence, as I say, Existence Entertainment. I've lost them again. Existence Entertainment focuses on cyberspace media and basically using Sims and specialize in SimSense recording sensory experiences.
Okay, then what site did I find it on?
Basically, SimSense is someone records it and then everyone else experiences it as if they were that person.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out where I found it on the dark web then, because I thought that was something.
Oh yeah, no. You found you were able to find the website, as it were, that streams that you can download the recording from. You get past the paywall, so you don't have to pay to get hold of a copy. It's also got embedded code in it that basically after a certain number of plays, it basically will self-expire, so you have to buy it again if you want. Rent it again if you want to experience it further times.
That's who I want to communicate to.
That would be Existence Entertainment, as far as you can tell. It's their proprietary. You recognise their proprietary data code in the data packet, basically, with your 35. Basically, with your 35, you knew exactly where to track down the website, and it's owned by Existence Entertainment. Whether they'll admit to it or not is another matter, but obviously going through the front door would mean contacting Existence Entertainment. Or you can, what I was trying to say is people can basically go on foot or use any other means they can come up with to try and work out where the actual data center is, because there will be one. They're known to basically headquarter in big city.
I guess going after the data center then, because I thought I would be able to reach out through this download site, not the sub company that does that.
Well,
that's
the point. It's although there's no names on the servers or anything like that, but they're owned by Existence Entertainment. They just have enough deniability between them and the site if anyone ever comes after them legally, but it's still owned by them. They're the ones who are basically making the money off it. It's full of quite a few what would be deemed illegal sim senses. Seems to be quite popular in the fact that an awful lot of them seem to be basically people who are being recorded and then murdered. So there seems to be a big thing at the moment for that, which is obviously possibly why yours got on there, because obviously an integral part of it was basically you're being seeing everything from Stray's point of view up until the point of her death.
I guess we'll just go after the servers or something then.
Sounds good to me.
That's a
So,
silly
go.
question. But how did you actually record the film sense?
It's an ocular implant.
An ocular implant, right?
Yes. It's a temporary measure. It's basically it's basically you wear a piece of equipment on you, and they basically inject some nanotechnology into your body, which doesn't interfere with magic or chi, which is part of the reason it's very popular, you see, and because that's people get to experience casting of magic, and that sets up the nanotechnology basically hooks into certain synapses on the brain and visual, cortexes and nerves to get touch and taste and smell and all the experiences. And they also build little microtransmitters that send all those signals back to the data pack the person will be wearing at the time, and then that's all recorded. And after 24 hours, the nano machines break down and basically are flushed away along with all other biological waste in the body. I better make a note of that before I forget how it works.
Don't worry. Next week is going to be different.
We'd have to record input, but not necessarily memories, but we'd record your input. So a viewer, you're there. You're seeing it as a first person game, if you like.
Yeah, you are the person that's there.
But you physically feel what's going on. So it's VR but touch. You actually physically can touch things. But surely that was they had to voluntarily put that in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, normally people are paid to do it.
I wonder if it might be the poor surviving hackers. I wonder how difficult it would be to find them, find the other runners that survived.
I'm just quite happy with my description of how it works. I didn't think about it until someone asked.
No, but it's just that the reason why I'm asking is because obviously there's a supply chain there, in the sense of where do you get the gear from, who puts it in. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That might be a short list of people to go and look up.
Hello, Metallical. How are you?
Well, like I say, SimSense technology is perfectly legal and sold over the counter. I mean, SimTube is a very popular website where people basically sim all day long and show their experiences, and you have sim influencers that basically, will market stuff.
Oh man,
It's a very common technology that everyone uses, and obviously, there's all sorts of applications. There are some disturbing ones.
I haven't done any Sea of
had it
Thieves
done to them
for
against
ages.
their will and then tortured and stuff. But that's that's the more
Jack
the
Sparrow
darker side of things, as it were.
Tell me about Sea of Thieves.
So, what's your plan of attack?
We got to attack a cyber corporation.
Like I said, try to track down the physical location of the
Find the physical location of the server and then go in there and
Sounds good to me. Okay.
I saw you were
Can
playing
I
Jack Sparrow. I
have
mean,
notice
Sea of
checks,
Thieves.
please?
Would you like to spin on a star?
Okay, Donahue, Queeg, Pow Pow. It seems to be Aki's enjoying his ramen. Donahue, Queeg, and Pow Pow, and Merlin. You become aware that there seems to be another group of teenagers, sort of getting all excited and trying to take photos of themselves in front of it, and even more so when they see that you're inside.
Well, we're famous now. Okay? But I'm enjoying my ramen, so I don't care.
Yeah. Waif, however, notices that, but then notices something slightly more disturbing. There's a green dot in the middle of Mr. Nakazumi's forehead, like a laser dot.
Oh, I'm going to jump over the counter and drag Mr. Nakasumi down.
I'm busy not being seen.
Not to be
Okie
seen.
dokie. Let's make an athletics check to see how quickly you can react. Waif. Okay, yep. Yep, you literally dive over the counter and barrel Mr. Nakazumi to the floor. At the 10 seconds later, basically the display behind him there explodes into a shower of sparks, and then mere milliseconds later, I should have said, not 10 seconds, milliseconds after you dive to the floor with Mr. Nakazumi, that display behind him explodes into a shower of sparks, and then a second or so after that, this whole area sort of hears the sort of reverberations of the gunshot. The teenagers scream and run in blind panic.
Oh, I've finished my noodles now. Pull my gun out.
I'm going to tell me to get down to the basement, and then I'm back over the counter and out the doors. That shot came from somewhere.
Yeah,
And
do we have a direction?
well, since I saw
Come that way.
when I saw the dot on his forehead, that would have, it would have come from the direction he was facing. So we have that. And I'm going to be the hell out of there and on the run in that direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna run as well.
Wherever our freaking door is.
Okay, Donahue, you get an email ping, which is most disconcerting because you're not aware anyone knows your email address.
Which one?
Yes, possibly.
I'll check it anyways.
Yeah. The one that you would use when associated with doing business.
I'll
with
get it. Yeah,
this
I'll
group
figure
of
it out.
runners, let's put it that
Sea of
way.
Thieves. Let me put it on my to-do list.
The one that very few people know about, and obviously is one of the ones that will basically the one you give out so that if you need to have communication with Mr. Johnson, as it were, that will be used. It literally just basically comes up saying missed and signed Wolfgang.
Well,
Okay,
we're going to run up these stairs, yeah?
Yep, sure. You basically run up. Yeah, you can enter the building there, and you run up the stairs, and obviously you get to the rooftop. And what you will find when you get to the rooftop, you will basically you get to the rooftop. What you find up there is not a lot.
Big white section up here. Look, the roof's all white. What's going on?
You've found the discovery. You've broken through the edge of the matrix. You're into the real world. Yeah, what you find up here is it appears to be all you find.
My
up
butler's
here
going to bottle me an
is,
appointment.
a camp bed, some discarded food and drink canisters, a single large caliber casing lying on the ground, and a picture stuck to the wall. It appears to be a picture of a red-headed martial artist that you recognise as someone you killed last week.
Well, that's weird. Unless it's somebody looking for revenge for us killing her.
I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
Well,
of course, nothing to worry
go
about.
back to Mr. Nakasumi. If I hadn't been paying attention, he'd be dead.
In
So
case
we're
you're
gonna.
wondering, Twig was staying guard at the top of the stairs.
Well, I'll return with Aki and this what we found there. It can't be her because she's dead. So we have to assume it's somebody that wants to get revenge for her death. And killing us, well, they'd rather kill somebody that we clearly have some concerns with.
It's a whole you kill, I'm going to kill your associate thing.
Yeah. That kind of thing.
Appears to does disturbingly appear to be the case. Yes. Well,
I'm also going to contact Master Zhang and tell him to take all the money that I've been saving up from the various jobs and see what he can do about getting bulletproof glass or whatever. And Mr.
it's all open. It's just that's how it is, so people can just easily walk in from any side and all that.
Yeah, well,
You could put a rim of glass around the top so people can't shoot from tall buildings.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, and I understand where you're coming from.
And turrets,
well,
laser-mounted turrets that track lasers and shoot back before the. As soon as a laser beam appears, it just goes.
Well, I'm going to contribute all the earnings that Master Zhang's been saving up for me to do what we can to put some protection on Mr. Nakasumi because we can't be here all the time. We're not here all the time. I mean, it might seem like some of us are, but. And as far as bulletproofing, I'm going to work on persuading Mr. Nakasumi that he can put the bulletproof glass in and just leave, like, at the bank counter where they have the little small opening towards the bottom to slide stuff through. They have them in our Dairy Queens and stuff here too. I'm not remembering the equivalent in your country.
Should use a QWERTY keyboard for typing. Yeah, sounds good.
So I don't know if it would be effective, but what about like mirrored glass for such things as laser sights and what have you, just to not allow them to be able to use them effectively, as well as what you're talking about inside.
Oh, you could most certainly
and that'll keep those little kids away from us with their cameras.
Yeah, so we're going to work on fortifying the 64th Street Ramen because, well, Mr. Nakasumi's been good to let us hang out there, and now our activities have put him in danger, so that's not a good thing. Chief would feel responsible at that point.
What I shall say is it will cost a grand. I've got a really amusingly, interestingly evil way to do this. You could certainly set all of that sort of stuff up, but it will cost you 2 of your logistic points pool to keep it all up and running, because obviously it needs maintenance and everything else and people to maintain it and all that, which will cost you 2 logistic points. A nice cruel way to do it.
Oh, Waif is good with that. She'll contribute out of her own logistic point.
How do I know what I got for my logistic points?
You should. Well, it's all it's based on your rank. So you start with 5, don't you? And then you get another 5 at seasoned, I believe. I've forgotten myself now.
1 per advance, with an extra when you change tiers.
Yeah.
Rank.
You
Sorry.
spend on gear.
Yeah, Jake has no problem donating one of his to do this too, because
Okay, well
very
I'll
loyal
put
to
mine.
us.
I'll put in 1 and you put in 1 quick.
That'll work.
Yeah. Because obviously, yeah, the idea being is there is a sort of like it is an it is a.
So we should have what 17 each? Is that right?
Depends what level you are. If you're at season, which is 5 advances, you've got 5 additional ones on top of your starting. I can't remember how many you start with. Do you start with 10? I can't remember.
5.
5, unless you're rich. So in theory, most of you should have 10, unless anyone's
Yep.
taking rich or extra rich.
Did you say there was
So
an
you're
extra
right.
one for going to season?
If they got 5 advances, they should have 16.
Well, no. So no, yeah, 5 advances would be 16, wouldn't it? Because it's basically the idea was you start at 10, you get one advance, 2, then 3. Then when you hit season, which is your 4th advance, you actually get 2 because you're meant to only get 5 everyone. But I decided to give you 1 at every advance. So if you've had 5 advances, you should be on 16 points unless you're rich or very rich.
Well, and mine, because when we spend them, then they're gone until we sell that or lose the item that we spent them on.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
So
on
the
my
idea is you're having to invest these, and you're not going to let go of them. So obviously you have less. The idea is you're paying for maintenance and stuff. Is my logic on why you know what I mean, why it will happen that way.
well, under my currency, everything that I've spent logistic points on, like mundane items, I've got like
Yeah.
3-5 logistic points in mundane, 2 in
Yeah.
armor, etc. So
Yeah.
I've got those listed with how much that investment is, and the what I still have available is under the logistic points in the little box.
Yeah.
So whenever, like when we all contributed to the vehicle, I've
Yeah.
got that noted as my share was 1, and on this I've put in 1. So that's all listed there, so I can track it easier.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, fortifying the 64th at random 1 point. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. Is it will cost you a permanent logistic point, 2 logistic points to maintain it. The idea being, obviously, it's keeping it up to date, improving the technology, and obviously paying maintenance on it and stuff like that, wear and tear. That's the easiest way to do it.
So we started with 5, and then we got
You started with
more.
10. You should be on
Started with
16.
10. Right.
You
started
should
with
have
10.
6. You should have 16 unless you've got the rich or extra rich edges. In which case, I think if you've got rich, you should have 21, and I think if you've got extra rich, you would have 26, I believe.
Okay, and just armor clothing says the cost is 2. That's 2 logistic points to maintain my armored clothing.
Yeah, the logic of logistic points is it's how much resources and money and people and contacts. It's not actually cash.
Yeah,
It's sort of it's your resources. You spend it for the job, and then you dispose of all that equipment because you don't want it to be traced back to you for your next job. Is the little idea. It's interesting. Why on earth did I watch something kick in? 1 hour ago, my sister said, "Can she come pick up the computer in 45 minutes?" Does that mean she turned up and I missed her? Whoops. my iPhone just started playing a tune that I don't know why my iPhone would play that tune, which is rather disconcerting.
You're being hacked.
It's been hacked.
Been playing Sprawlrunners too much. It's started to leak into real life.
I know, but it's locked and nowhere near me. Oh well. Anyway, so yes, I do believe you were heading out somewhere. Or you had plans. Or not.
Tracking down this sniper might be more important.
Sniper appears to have gone right now, unfortunately. Apart from the fact you got an email that says missed.
Know who this Wolfgang person is and hunt him down.
no, yeah. You could do some networking and find out.
That, or can you trace back the email, Donahue?
I can try.
Okay.
Whoever did it obviously knows
Yeah,
their
what does that
stuff,
mean, Tank?
and,
Who said that?
fortunately, said it seems to be a convoluted.
Why did you say that
series
to you
of
for?
Dead ends and everything else, and eventually, the trail goes. You
They
only go
tried
so
to
far,
murder.
and it appears
Yeah.
to just disappear.
My next move would be to go back to Master Zhang's dojo and corral a couple of his new students to see if this name means anything to them.
Okay, well, you can head up there and ask him. One day I'll find a decent map for a dojo, but a cyber dojo, that is. I just need to find a map for a dojo and add some neon
Oh,
lights
why
to
is that in there? That should be there.
The students certainly don't know anything about it, but when you mention the name Wolfgang, Mr. Zhang looks up and says, "Wolfgang, that's," and he sent you an email you couldn't trace. I hope I'm wrong, but that could be Wolfgang Aller Will. He's a freelance asset, and word on the street is he's got a score to settle. He's been basically rampaging around the last week or so. There is a rumor that he's hired Vizier Harkin to assist him in settling this score. Everyone can make common knowledge about Vizier Harkin. Queen Ganaki.
Popular.
Well, it's not surprising. Not many of you've heard about him.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me think about it.
Pow Pow might have done, but then maybe because he can hear things from the spiritual level. Basically speaking, he's a major sort of boogeyman, as it were, in the underworld. It is said that he always keeps something from the people he kills. It tends to vary, but it's he always removes a part of the victim. Some people there's argument on whether he waits till they're dead to remove the part or not, though.
Well, we've got some names. Does Master Zhang have any idea how we can?
Well, Wolfgang is notoriously hard to. Is not someone you really want to go looking for, especially if he's looking for you. And Hakeem is certainly someone you don't want to come across. So let's just hope if he's got a score to settle, it isn't with you. But if you're absolutely dead set on this sort of thing, you could always try talking to Jojo at Club Neon.
Then we're going to need to go talk to Jojo, because if we're his score, then he's not going to stop until he does us some harm. Let's take it to him. So now we need to go to Club Neon and track down Jojo. And I'll warn Master Zhang to be awfully careful, because they went after Master Nakazumi. In theory, to settle a score with us, and if they are aware of Master Zhang's connection to us, and they are, somebody is, because he's getting new students as a result of these videos. He's could be in danger as well.
Images, Club Neon. So you want to head to Club Neon, do you?
Yes.
Very loud and vibrant place. You don't really want to go there, surely.
Want is a little bit of a strong term, but we need to, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, you head, basically, we can go on the street now.
An ill wind blows from beyond the horizon. A new danger is coming on the tides. And the one who might stop this ruin, trapped for all forever in the sea of the damned. Now to save the pirate life, you must start by saving the life of one.
Bass music coming from within.
Oh, didn't realize we had company.
Luke's just gonna head
Captain
inside.
Jack Sparrow.
Didn't realise- yeah,
But I suspect you already knew that.
Sure. Okay, so you find it. I'm just trying to work out how you actually get into there from there.
There should be a door there because it's clearly a patio.
No, I'll tell you what. The door must be there. Do you know what I mean? The angle of the map. There appears to be something that. Yeah, I reckon that's got to be. That is going to be the way in because that's the only logical way for it to be the way. If that makes sense.
That works. Kind of like
In
the
there,
ante
past the
room.
cloakroom
Exactly. Yeah.
or locker room, or whatever that is.
Yeah.
There's a backpack there. Has he got any money?
Yeah.
I doubt very much there is a backpack there. So you get you basically get Rafe enters Club Neon along with Aki, and it looks like Queeg as well. Obviously, you have to stay that side of the counters. There would actually be a force field or some description that doesn't appear on the map there, and basically each charged basically as it's explained to you that entry fee it's on special offer today. Entry fee is only $50 credits.
Yeah, we'll pay, and when I'm paying out my credits, I'm going to ask them if we can find JoJo.
So he says she looks up at the clock looks up at the clock of the wall and goes, this time she'll be on her pole.
Yeah, I'll motion for the guys to go ahead and find her.
Gaki's gone straight for the bar. And Queeg is just rampaging through the walls. Look at that sign of chaos. He just runs through the toilets to get there.
Not
I mean,
the-
I'm taking it that's the poles up there.
It is the poles.
Maybe
up there.
not the main one. Or is that just a dance floor over there, center?
That's sort of the dance floor. The actual poles are up here. As you can, basically, there seems to be three. As I say, there's three separate.
I think I've been here before.
There's three separate neon poles up there, and
yeah, we've been here before. We've done a little transaction, didn't we? And then escaped quick.
Oh, but I mean, I think I've been here before too for
Personal reasons.
relaxation.
well, that's interesting.
They're not much
Queeg's a
pools. How
pole
you ever
dancer.
supposed to
Who'd have
This is
thought
where
it?
you guys are
No,
wasting your time
no, it's
instead of
not
the
that.
dojo.
It's not that. It's just I just added a character to the combat track and got a console.
Tom
out.
675. Why?
Interesting.
Why, Tom? Why
Like, if they're not
675?
much good as poles, how can you get scratched at them?
Queeg's a pole dancer. We now know. That's how he keeps in such good shape.
No, I was thinking about scratching them, scratching pole.
Interesting. The name didn't go on to it when I added it to the. Maybe that was the maybe that was the bug because Fancy Guns has this funny thing about not actually updating the field until you move out of it, does it?
How much we've got to pay you for you to dance, Queeg?
Woohoo!
Okay. All three poles seem to be occupied at the moment. The one pole, the pole nearest you has a neon. Basically, has a display that sort of flashes on the base of the stand, identifying as JoJo. The other two appear to one. She appears to be of human or ancestry. The other two poles at the moment is a female troll and a female orc, and there's you notice as you come up the stairs, Quig, there's a group of elves walking down that seem sort of saying, told you we missed her. And Quig goes to the troll pole. Yeah.
Yeah, troll pole. I like that.
The troll pole.
The only one that's strong enough for his body, yeah.
She's quite a good dancer. So she's called. It appears her name is Ruby. And the as I say, this area here is quite contrary to popular appearances here, where it seems the place is incredibly empty. All three of the pole areas the seating areas are all filled up with. But actually, they all seem to be mostly business executives in corporate types in expensive suits. And every so often they touch the cred sticks to the pads at the base of each of the dance areas.
Cashless society.
And the music thumps on.
I'm going to talk to this guy with a big red bubble head next to me and see what he's got to say about stuff.
The hell is that? I've never noticed that before.
It looks like a guy with a big head, doesn't it? Hello, Bubblehead. How are you? He's looking at me as well.
I have no idea what they're meant to be. I am, mate.
I think it's a table with a couple of glasses on it, probably, isn't it?
It is a table with a couple of glasses on it. It is a table with a couple of glasses on it. But it doesn't. I don't disagree. It doesn't.
You can't unsee it now, can you? He's looking at me, man.
I can't unsee.
Just keep an eye on them, Mackie.
What are you looking at?
I can't unsee it.
Over near the guys with the big red bobbleheads.
From your perspective, from you all the way to there.
No.
Oh yes.
It's paranoid android. It's a paranoid android, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks a bit a bit Marvin, yeah. Yes.
Talking of which, the service drone bit droid behind the bar is on a long. He's basically on a long pole along the top, a bit like what's his face in Portal. I can't think. Wheatley. It comes along. It scrolls down the line. It seems to be mostly orcs at the bar tonight, Merlin, and basically comes down to you. It's like, can I get you a drink, sir?
Beer.
Beer, sir? Okay, sir. Are you sure I can't? Interest you in some elven wine, sir?
Wine.
Okay.
Elven
sure
wine.
Like this would have that.
Damn it.
We cater for all sorts in here, sir, especially those of your delicate ancestry. All down the bar, you see all these orcs staring at you. But yeah, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. It's perfectly palatable. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Anyway, back on the dance floor. Basically, the dancing. Well, the dancing's still going on the dance floor. Basically, what's your plan?
Well, Quig's going to kind of distractedly keep an eye out for any other trouble coming up while people talk to JoJo.
I'll let Donahue do the talking. I'm going to position myself at the top of the stairs so she can't make a run for the stairs. You might want to watch the bathroom so she don't run and lock herself in there. Quig.
Huh? Huh? Yeah.
There's a bodyguard right there.
I'll see if there's a way to like arrange like a private dance or something.
Certainly.
I'll move there so I can watch Ruby and JoJo at the same time.
Sounds good to me. And let's just do that. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Do wish there was a key. I wish there was a shortcut. Ooh. Let's see if we can do that. A shortcut key. So when you drag an NPC to the combat tracker, depending on what key you hold down, decides whether it's friendly or hostile or neutral. Wouldn't that be cool? And you don't have to go through every single one. You just hold down the shift key, say, to make them neutral. Just drag them on and they're hostile. And shift key for neutral and control key for hostile. Wow, cool. I like that idea. Anyway, so we'll put some corporate wage slave. We'll put some corp slaves on the bench there, and they appear to have they have a troll with them, and as you're standing back there, Donahue, yeah, you basically grab one of the serving people, and they explain that you most certainly can, and ask which dancer you'd like to have book a private dance with.
I let him know it's JoJo.
Yeah. Private's a sort of relative term. It's no different than actually what's happening over here. But basically, the only difference is they drop a privacy shield down around the area, if that makes sense.
Privacy shield.
So isolating the area, the basically the area in those red circles that becomes sort of basically opaque, so no one can see in or out, and obviously then so obviously there's an extra charge on that one, and it would appear that JoJo will be free in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Ruby smiles at you sweetly, Queeg. There doesn't appear to be anyone sitting in front of her. There are a few trolls standing back here watching her, and you do notice every so often the troll bodyguard takes his eyes off the people he's obviously meant to be guarding and glances towards Ruby. But all the seats appear to be empty. I say the orc dance, the female orc dancer. Part of her act seems to be leaning down and punching the orcs, but they seem to enjoy it. So you're not entirely sure what's going on with that one. But yeah,
Foreplay.
probably. But I say Ruby seems to be dancing away, and she smiles at you as you pointed to. You want a private dance with her? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, Donahue was asking about a private dance, and I'm like, yeah, her.
After.
Oh, you meant JoJo. Oh.
Basically, you can have a private dance with Ruby if you so wish. She's available. She's available anytime now.
I'll wait.
Oh, that's absolutely perfect token, except she's holding a briefcase.
Although probably the more she dances, the more distracted I'll get.
Well, yeah. I need to create a Ruby now, don't I? By the way, soon as someone gets hold of the love interest card, we know who wants it.
I've already done the love interest, didn't I? I did it a couple of weeks ago.
I can't remember. If you did, I managed to forget about it. So, whoops.
Move over closer to the bodyguard.
Caroline Owens, I think it was.
Oh, Dr. Carol Owens, yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
That was the love card I played on her. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's Ruby on her pole. You move closer to the troll bodyguard. Sounds good to me. Oh, Pal's off to the dance floor.
Well, I'm going to dance with the nicest person in the room. That'll be me.
I was going to say, be yourself.
Look, St. Manners and everything. Yeah.
So with the lights bouncing off the globe up there, there are a lot of red dots on the floor that he's chasing.
Oh shit, you got big there. There we go. Indeed. Yeah, he's bouncing between those purple lights.
There's a dot on the floor.
There's quite a few dots on the floor. They're spiraling out. Which reminds me, actually, after spending all this time in this hot, humid, smoky environment, you'll need to get your hair done. But we'll worry about that later, won't we, Pal? Okay. So, yep. So you've approached the troll bodyguard. He turns to face you and then stares downwards at you, wife, as you look up at him. He's quite.
I'm just standing there. And he's trying to talk to JoJo about a private dance, from what I recall.
Yeah. He goes, well, booth's a full miss. You'll have to wait your turn. I mean, but obviously he's quite loud. And the businessmen appear to be out of towners, and they appear to be very drunk and basically being a bit obviously embarrassing to the troll, I would say, because shameful, really. And you think Arasaki would have better corporates, but they're always the same. Come here, drink too much, spend too much, and in the morning they'll all have blinding headaches. But fortunately, I get to take them back to their hotel soon, so then I can basically knock off. I'll be glad when it's over. But in the meantime, I'm afraid, much as I don't want to, I will have to physically protect them if anyone intends any harm. Not implying that you do mean that, miss. Just a professional courtesy warning.
So these guys are all up there ogling JoJo.
Yeah.
And the bodyguard is for the corporate types, not for JoJo.
Yeah, oh yeah, the bodyguard's basically hard to protect the corporate types. And he's like, I'll be brutally honest, as it stands right now, the person they're most likely to get beaten up by is me, but it's not worth it on the contract. It's good money, really, even if they are a bunch of tossers. Is Queen going to stump up the cash for a private dance with Ruby? That's the question, isn't it?
I think when he thinks about that, he gets kind of embarrassed.
So yeah, we could just drop the person that I'd have to be Ruby Slade. It's quite straightforward. You see, you drop the privacy shield and you're laughing. See, no problem.
So I'm going to ask the bodyguard if it's okay if I approach his pals and try talking some sense into them that, like, it's time to go home.
I'm afraid I can't allow you to approach them. Again, as I say, I really don't give a toss about their well-being, but I'm afraid I'm getting paid to make sure they're all interrupted. They've got 10 more minutes, and then I gather you could talk to us. And again, I say terribly sorry for having to threaten you like this. I really do not wish to do so, but unfortunately, I'm being paid to look after these low lives.
Oh, I don't feel the least bit threatened. I can handle myself. Don't worry about it.
You notice one of them. You get the last common sense of low life. You notice one of the corpse slaves sort of looks over a bit confused and mutters to his partner, and then mutters something back, and you get a dirty look from one of them, and they babble away in some language you do not understand.
Okay, but they've looked at me. They're actually facing, or at least one or two of them.
They just babble something that you don't understand, and they appear to be turning back, but you can try something quickly. Yes.
Well, I was going to wink at the nearest one and then kind of lick my lips and gesture with my head that he should come with me.
Okay, let's see how well that goes. Which will be very disappointingly worrying for him. Let's see. Yep, he's got no willpower whatsoever. He stands up and starts sliding off the bench. At which point the bodyguards tries to sort of stop him, but he basically gives the bodyguard a filthy look and looks at him and goes, "Well, it's your funeral, pal." The guy just stops like going. As far as you're concerned, is this noise, but it's obviously he's speaking Japanese, but I don't speak Japanese, and neither do you. So, and he basically steps out.
And then I'm going to take him by the arm and draw him away. And I don't speak Japanese, but I'm going to whisper to him that I know where there's a much better party where they can get much closer if he just call his friends.
He looks very confused a second, and then breaks, and then sort of he looks very downfolded when he says something and you don't respond, and he doesn't seem to understand you, and he suddenly goes and he starts tapping away on some subdermal keyboard that's built into his arm, and then sort of gestures for you to repeat what you just said.
Well, I will repeat to him that I know where there's a party where they don't have to keep so much distance from the ladies.
A digital translation flashes up. Well, basically, you hear a digital translation in a female monotone, artificial voice, and he seems to look most intrigued and nods.
And I'll tell him, get your friends together and we can head out of this place. This is too crowded anyway.
Okay, he rushes back to their friends and and they start following, and the bodyguard starts looking warily over at you. He goes, "I really don't want to. Excuse me, this, but where are you taking my charges? As I say, I don't have.
I was just going to take him to another party, and at this point, since he's kind of halfway watching, I'm going to be like rubbing the guy's arm, and I'm going to reach fairly, like rub his neck and then hit the pressure point and have him crumple to his feet or crumple to the ground. Oh, I think he had too much to drink.
Oh, right.
Don't look like I'll be taking him anywhere. I can't take people who are too drunk to stay on their feet.
He obviously goes down. He goes, well, he looks at you, smiles, and goes, "That is terribly unfortunate." As the others all bend over and goes, "It would be really unfortunate if they all were in a situation where I had to take them back to their hotel room sooner rather than later." And he looks at you hopefully.
Then I will walk over to the next one and go, your friend doesn't seem to be able to, he has no stamina, and I'll pat this one on the neck and do the same thing.
Indeed, but the grin on the troll's face gets bigger as each one of the friends unfortunately collapse unconscious to the floor, and he basically he literally picks them up to one side, dumps their unconscious bodies on the corner, looks over and goes, "Oh, I get paid the same regardless of how long they're conscious. I say I appreciate that," and he goes, I'll just call up in a clean-up crew that will come and help me load them into the back of their van." He goes, "That made me smile. Thanks, miss."
And I'm gonna slip him, like maybe 100 credits, for wink, wink. And then by this time, Donnie,
if he grabs 2 of them and I grab 2 of them, we could just walk them down to the vehicle now.
The bodyguard's very happy with that idea. He picks up 2, and you pick up 2, and he starts making his way out of the premises. Obviously, you can.
Donahue, it looks like the tables are open.
I'll put you to there because that'll be you coming back. But you help the bodyguard offload all the individuals, and then they're able to basically come back up and you fight. Well, the table appears in front of Ruby. Jojo appears to be free, but Jojo doesn't appear to have. Oh, why Jojo doesn't have a It's interesting. Jodo doesn't have a colour around her. It's strange, isn't it?
Merlin watches Quig walk out with the guys over his shoulders or whatever, and kind of gives him this look like, should I be worried about this? And he sees him back in just a few minutes later. And goes, oh, hey, this is definitely different.
he was following it. He was
Still
following a troll
breaking
bigger
out
than
the
him.
trash.
Waifs up to her usual tricks. Winks at them and then knocks them out.
Indeed.
Saves a lot of hassle later on. So I'm going to move up to JoJo, I'm presuming with Donahue.
Mm-hmm.
Flash some more credits at her and tell her we've arranged for some private time. Do you want to have a seat to talk, or do you want to pretend you're dancing still?
At that point, obviously, with the both being free, the security shield comes up. Obviously, people can enter with the right code, which Donahue would know. She goes, oh, and basically clambers down and sits down next to you. If anyone else wants to be inside of the secure conversation, now's the time to get in there. Meanwhile, Merlin and Aki's off to watch Ruby dance, it would appear.
I thought Quig was dancing. Oh.
No, Quig's watching Ruby dance.
And once I have JoJo's attention, I'm going to explain to her that we're looking for, and I forgot the names already because I didn't know to write it down.
Wolfgang, I think, was the name you were after, wasn't it?
Yes, we're
Wolfgang
looking.
and Vizier Harkam.
Then I'll explain.
Well, Zhang said that JoJo would probably know something about Wolfgang. Vizier Harkin is someone you don't want to run across. Is basically the implication you got from Zhang.
We're looking for.
He finds you, not you find him.
Well, one of them's supposed to basically have some kind of connection to her. And I thought it was Vizier.
Oh, it's Wolfgang that does, and I'm going to, at the same time I'm telling her that I find this guy, I'll pull up my little data pad or whatever and show her a bunch of credits I'm ready to transfer to her for information.
Goes, Wolfgang, he's a strange fellow. He's a regular of mine. He always books me out. He always books out a booth on a weekly basis. What he actually gets up to in the booth, I don't know. Once he secures the booth, he basically tells me to get lost, and I get paid. He pays me twice as much as I normally make in a private dance, and he just, as far as I know, he just sits in here on his own. But the other week, basically, before I left, I did catch the edge of his. I did catch some information that he was transcribing. He made the mistake of not waiting until I shut the door before starting up a personal call, and he was arranging delivery of equipment to an address, and the address she gives you is in the Barrens.
Okay, and then, so when do you expect him to be back here again?
He hasn't. He's cancelled his bookings for the next fortnight. He hasn't, which is most unusual for him. But he sometimes does that. Usually when he has a job on or a mission to complete. And I'd say he. So as it stands at the moment, he's not due back here at the moment for another 20 days or so. But he may extend it, or he may rebook. I don't know. As I say, the management seems very willing and accommodating to him. He seems, when he wants to book, other people get bumped out of the way. I don't know why.
I'm going to give her a secure information channel to notify me if he comes back before she sees us again. And then I'm going to transfer double the amount of credits I showed her to her.
Okay. She thanks you most profusely and promises to, if she hears any further information, she will contact you.
And I will thank her and tell her I hope she didn't lose too much money in the time that she was talking to me, and I'm sorry about chasing off her customers. Of course, if they were drunk, she's probably glad to see.
Oh yeah,
them
she's.
go.
You get the impression she's happy that she's happier they're gone, and the amount of money you've given her is more than she was making off them anyway. She complains. She goes, they were tipping frequently, but each tip was less than each tip was less than 5 credits. Skinflints.
You know, sometimes men can be such stingy bastards. And with that, I'll get up and I will head back out to the others and let them know we have an address to check out.
Okay, you head outside. Jojo just seems to continue sitting there. For the booth is obviously been booked for a 30-minute slot, so she's nice and secure there. So
She's probably glad to be off her feet.
Indeed, yeah, and obviously getting paid well for it.
Did we need to know what that guy was doing in the booth alone?
He was using the secure booth to do his transactions. That's how she overheard him arranging a delivery to this address. So we need to, he, her understanding is he's probably got some kind of job that he's in the middle of. I suspect that would be us. And that he had things delivered to this address. So the only lead we have right now is to go check out this address.
I just wondered if it was being a spiritual person. I wondered if it would be better to go and sit in the booth, travel back in time to see what he was up to.
Well, you're welcome to go and see if you, because I've given her enough money. We've got this booth for a half hour. If you want to go and do your thing in there, feel free. Because other than what the address and the information she just gave me, this is what we've got for leads. You might be able to.
This doesn't always work. This is quite tricky to pull off as well. Have a seance to go back in time.
Well, we know one place where he's been. Why don't we go check out this address? And if that proves to be a dead end, then we can come back again. Trust me, JoJo is on, not hostile to us, at least. I didn't, offend her in any way.
And I'm not sure you want to know what's been going on in this booth.
God only knows what all you.
Scary.
It's the exact right place. So let's go check out this address and see what we can find out here. And it's in the Barrens, so it's closer to home. So we will head out unless we get stopped on the way out.
You won't get stopped on the way out, no problem at all.
Oh, right, that's what that.
So Faith is going to go ahead and head out because this ain't exactly her kind of hangout.
Back to the ramen bar.
And I'll stop in and fill in Merlin on the way out. And I've also given her a secure link to contact me if he should come back before she sees me again. Once we get this taken care of, I'm going to come back and let her know it's clear. Because, it's not like we haven't been here before. And again, I made sure she wasn't hostile towards us. So, our next move, I guess, is to go and check out this address she gave me.
I'll pull up some information on this address while we're heading that way.
Yeah, it's it appears to be, well, as far as you can tell, it appears to be basically a manufacturing building. You're not sure. Yeah, it seems to. There's no record of what it's what it was used for in the past. Appears to have been purchased in the past 6 days ago, and you can see that a large number of deliveries have been made to it, but there appears to be no there appears to be no identifiable names on any of the contracts. They all seem to be under a company logo that basically just seems to basically be a large W. And as I say, that just seems to be it. It doesn't appear to have any identifiers, and basically it seems to be a shell company. And when you start trying to follow the feedback, it seems to just vanish into obscurity after a few hops. Someone's very good at covering their tracks, you gather. It would appear that that's all you could get, basically. That someone's bought this place one day after your raid. Your last run, I should say.
It sounds like that's where we need to go next.
Yep.
I'm just getting some lines of sight on the. I wasn't sure which way you would go, and I forgot to actually kind of sight up this map, but it's a nice quick one, so it shouldn't take too long. Don't have to be really good on it. I just have to do enough to actually make you paranoid. Okay, so the journey back to the location is uneventful. You'll be pleased to know. And let's get some doors in, and I'll get you to the entrance.
Well, while you do that, I need a quick bio break.
Sounds good to me.
Good call.
Very good call. Bio breaks. Feel free to all have a bio break while I sort this out. I'll one myself in a sec. And I think that's all I need. Oh, I just need to adjust that and draw that line back the back wall. And bugger. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's how you come in, so that doesn't matter. And then all I need to worry about is a bit of terrain. Which obviously Net always wants to be three-dimensional, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, I might not bother with terrain. Not a fan of the terrain. Okay. I shall have a... I should do it, and then I can turn on line of sight. Okay. Actually, yeah, that did. Yeah. Right. Right. Don't need Ruby. Don't need Jojo. Okay, there appears to be, when you get to the location, there appears to be two potential entrances on the west wall. Do you wish to all enter through one of them, or do you want to split up? That's the question I leave you contemplating. I shall return in a minute or so.
All right, I'll tell them when they come back what the question was. You better not kill the groove. DJ, I'm gonna burn this fucking house right
We
down.
should split up.
Did we split up? Is splitting the party good?
It's only 2 entrances. I mean, we're not going to split a lot. Like, oh, now you're asking about splitting the party, mister. I'm going to run ahead and get myself in all kinds of trouble.
No,
and
Aki does things of his own will, but me as a player, yeah, is just asking a general question. Aki has got a will of his own.
And so does Waif. Waif is going to go to, she'll watch and see where the others go, and she'll check the other door.
I was playing a Section D adventure on Friday. It's one that's possibly going to end up in the Section D rulebooks. It was a play test. And I was playing Sandy Seashore, who is impulsive and overconfident.
And he can't shoot for hell.
Oh no, he shot twice. It was a very combat-light session. It was good fun. Don't get me wrong. He only shot twice, and both times he caused 3 wounds, so he was okay. But
yeah, except for the play session that you played and where I was playing my character, you shot me.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, but it's like oh yeah. So
Anya was not impressed. Newbie.
We're in an Egyptian tomb with an overconfident and impulsive character. Would you like to guess who set off the trap?
Probably Sandy.
Yeah. Would you like to guess the party's reaction after they saved him? They hog-tied him.
I'm sure they did. Anya's experience with him wasn't exactly. She was not impressed.
Oh, righty-ho. So there are 2 doors. There's a north on the west wall. There are 2 doors: a north door and a south door. Do
we have a map?
We don't have a map yet.
No, because I'm going to. If you want to split up, I'll arrange you correctly outside the north door or the south door, accordingly. And if you don't want to split up, then you just tell me if you're all coming in through the north door or all coming in through the south door.
Well, of course we're going to split up. I mean, come on, this is us.
Exactly. So, who wants to go at the north door? Currently, I've got it. This was an arbitrary thing. It wasn't decided in any way, shape, or form. At the moment, I've got Merlin, Donahue, and Queeg at the north, and Pow, Aki, and Waif at the south. But that was literally just a case of how I dragged you on the map. You could, by all means, swap around. So
that's fine.
That works for me.
Okay, I shall share the map accordingly. So as basically, you can see there's a tiny gap between the door and the wall there. So basically, as you come, the door's there because sometimes the 3D doesn't necessarily show up too well. As Cray, Aki, Waif, and Pow, you walk into a room that seems to be full of nothing but crates and some stacking shelves. There are some doors on the south wall that do extend further into the building, but they appear to be securely locked, i.e. the map doesn't go that way. But Merlin, Queeg, and Donahue, as you step in, well, you seem to be you could see sort of some machinery everywhere, and there seems to be a barrel lying on its side, but yeah, it just seems to be some machinery. You can see there appears to be a raised walkway with some doors. Over to you guys.
Look for cameras.
Okay, that'd be a notice check. Go for it. You do notice there does appear to be a camera. Well, actually, each one of those seems to be. You recognise them basically as both cameras and lights. They don't appear to be emitting light, but they do appear to all have. They are potential cameras, whether they're recording or not, and anything is. But you recognise the model will only be sending back to a central server. Whether that server is being accessed remotely is,
unknown quantity
thing. But as it stands, that is your understanding of the situation.
They're what, wireless or?
Yeah, logically they will be. Yeah.
Okay. Where is the camera? I'm just.
That's one. That's one. That's one. That's one. You get the idea. Waif walks up to the door. I assume at the moment you've all been moving quietly. That's quite interesting, isn't it? There's a very tiny gap between the door and the wall there, because obviously I did this in a hurry. You can just see through it. It's close
But
that up.
the door is locked.
Not this. No, this door you should be able to open. It was the doors to the south.
Okay, well, Waif is gonna cautiously open this.
Okay, Rafe cautiously opens that door. At the same time, I can't click on anyone because I'm not in the right mode. So we'll move Donahue to there, we'll move Berlin to there, we'll let Rafe open the door. Okay, Berlin, as you step round the corner, you see a door to the south swing back with swing open, and at the same time you happen to notice there appears to be an orc in uniform who suddenly turns around with his back to you in shock as the door next to him swings open. Pow Pow and the security guard got jokers.
It goes for.
Security guard reaches for his baton.
Can't see it. Can't see him yet, so move to there. To there. Right. So I basically Leaf opened the door, I stepped my head, didn't see the guy, so I run in and shoot him with a taser.
Okay, go for it. I see you. You've shot him, so you didn't get the raise. So it's just a straightforward vigor roll. It's still -2 vigor roll, isn't it? Yeah. It's automatic stunning, isn't it? Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I'm trying to wonder why I can't get up the stats. No, he's stunned. I can't find what I'm looking for, which is rather annoying. Okay.
He's going for a weapon. So.
Indeed.
So I then turned around to Wave and say, "Can you make sure he stays down when he stops kind of jolting about a bit?" He may recover though, because he's on the joker.
Reversing the situation.
Well, it worked for a second, didn't it? I can't find what I'm looking for. I'm getting quite knocked, especially as I had them last week. Ah, maybe that's why. Sorry about this. I'm just desperately trying to. There we go. Yeah, don't know what happened there. Okay, I need to add someone to the combat tracker. That's a bit worrying. Very worrying. Sorry, something really weird happened. I just added someone to the combat tracker and it called them Ruby. That's really strange. Okay, I appear to have lost all my stats. That's very weird. Something's happened to my some of my NPCs have obviously deleted themselves and now I've overwritten them by creating new NPCs. Okay. I'll have to make it up as I go along. So the security guard recovers from being shaken. He basically he was reacting fast, but you got there first. He swings at you with his baton. missing, and he got a Benny, so I'm going to use that Benny, and he misses you due to him being distracted and picking himself up off the floor as he swings at you. Ooh, he did well. Okay, Aki.
I'm going to move there.
Okay, hang on a sec. Yep.
What has he got in his hand?
A baton.
We don't want to kill him, really, do we? I can either... I'll just move there and wait, I think. Just go on hold. Can I do that?
Yeah, go on then. Technically, no, but I don't care. Because moving is a free action. It's technically an action still, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. What was my...
No. I don't have a problem. I'm just explaining how it's meant to work.
Yeah, that's right, because I need to know it works so I can not mess up when I play. Yeah.
Yeah. But as I say, yeah.
The map's gone all weird.
Okay, so Quig doesn't see anybody yet that I can tell.
Not that you can tell, no.
So I am going to continue up the steps, normal pace, and
Okay. I know the map shows doors open, but they're actually shut at the moment.
okay, it's shut. Is there actually, what, 2 doors there? One closed, one open?
It does look
Or-
that way. Now I look at it, it does look that way, but only the open doors are openable on the map. The others, let's say for argument's sake, are rusted shut or deformed or something and just don't open.
Can I open that door?
You open that door. There, you basically, as you open the door, you see a security guard running towards you. He looks in shock as you open the door. He skids to a halt in shock. He was running down there, but obviously, yeah, that was his entire
I
movement.
don't see him, but is he close enough to hit?
He's right there. I'm hoping.
Maybe because I haven't gone. I mean, the square you pointed at, I can see, but I don't see him. Now I see him.
The frame doesn't always show around them. Sometimes you have to mouse over it in order to make them obvious.
All right, yeah. I just hit him and re-showed him. That seems to work sometimes.
That's what, like 2 squares?
Yeah, basically.
I'll just wait for him to step out, and then I'll sweep him back in.
Okie dokie. Merlin.
Okay. This I guess it's a conveyor belt here in the center. How difficult is it to hop over that to get to the other side of all of that?
It's just got barriers either side to stop you. It basically, you can just clamber over. It will count it as difficult terrain.
Okay. So I can probably get to there without too much difficulty.
Yep.
And I will summon an air elemental.
Ooh. I think I gave them all nice tokens last week, didn't I? Oh, no, allies, no, because you can summon anything you like, can't you? Okay.
Make sure this is the one I'm thinking it is. Lesser air. Yeah. I'm going to, yeah, just a basic lesser air elemental.
Okay, library, Sprawlrunners, spirits. lesser air elemental, just a standard one, not an agile or strong wind. You're answering. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, just a basic one, and I'm going to summon it behind the security guard that's down here.
Yeah. What? So you want what? So you want it to appear there?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Let's give you a lesser air elemental. There we go. Bink. He appears there.
Okay, and he will. It's a thrown attack, huh? Yeah. Okay. He will attempt to grapple this guy in an effort to try to knock him out, kind of thing.
Don't knock him out.
Be an athletics to grapple the security guard. That was unfortunate.
Not a crit fail, though.
No, not a crit fail, though. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's mostly air, so it just buffets the guy around a bit. Waif.
She's going to step over the security guard, and she's going to take firmly a hold of his arm, all 5'2" of her. And she's going to explain to him that we don't really want to hurt you, but we are looking for Wolfgang, and he's going to show us where he is. And then I'm going to smack him really hard, but I'm not doing lethal damage.
Okay, go for it. That's a 6. That's a hit. Which actually, if the air elemental hadn't been there, you would have missed. So there you are.
So I've shaken him up, and I've told him he's going to show us how to find Wolfgang.
Okay. He goes.
Not sure why I'm targeting Wave.
Well, that's a scary thought, Quig. You really don't want to do that.
No, I don't know how that came about even.
It's okay. I've cleared it for you. He goes, okay. He says, I don't know who Wolfgang is, but if we don't get out of here, we're all in trouble. The defense system will activate. Donahue.
I'll get up to the door so I can shoot.
Okay. You shoot the security guard with a heavy pistol. There's a loud bang as the gunshot.
I got a silencer.
Oh, sorry. There's no sound at all as the security guard gets hit and goes down hard. However, there will be quite a lot of loud bangs as a turret appears in the ceiling and starts swiveling around. It basically appears to have locked on to targets and opens fire.
That's the one.
Look at that. It misses the security guard. It misses the air elemental, but it hits Wave. Typical. But I absolutely didn't want to happen. I wanted to kill the security guard. A hail of bullets hits the ground all around you, Waif, and unfortunately one of them nearly hits you, but you're absolutely fine. Next round, Aki's still on hold if he wants to go before round
Can I
shot.
shoot that turret, or is it out of my? Can
You
I?
can give it a shot. Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to shoot the turret.
And then I'll take you off hold, and then I can deal you in for this round. I always forget I press the new. I always make the mistake of pressing next round rather than the cycling, which reminds me when people are on hold. You target the turret. You hit the turret. Or 3 wounds on the turret. I hate you. You destroy the turret. Oh, I don't know.
Lucky I didn't do a double shot because I'd have missed. One bullet.
But, obviously, that turret was. I need to check the stats because I lost the stats for the turrets from last week. Bugger. Okay. Deal you in. Wave. The security guard. Well, actually, that's straightforward enough. We don't need to carry on with the combat because you've killed one guard and you've got the other one. He's
And I'm
find out. Yeah. He's basically like, look. He basically says, look, and drops his baton on the floor and goes, look, I surrender. Very quiet. Is anybody out there? I can't hear anybody. Hello.
Hello?
Are we in combat then, or?
For
You're
no,
out. He's surrounded.
I think I said you're out. You took it out in one round. That was the fastest bloody combat yet.
Quake's going to reach up to that nearby camera and just forcibly bend it or
yank it off the wall.
Bring it down to where I can look in the lens.
Yep.
And I'm going to go, Wolfgang, you missed.
And in the background, you hear again.
And I'm going to be over here because, like I said, I shoved this guy out of the way when I saw the turret take aim, and took the risk myself. So I want him to tell us how we can find the information on who's been having stuff delivered here. If he doesn't know Wolfgang by name, he has to know that deliveries have been coming in here.
He goes, well, yes, that's we were just we were just brought in from security guard. We're just employees of security guard. They basically hire out security guards for places. Turnover rate seems incredibly high in big city for some reason. I'm not sure why. But it goes. There's an he points up the stairs. Goes, there's an office in the corner there with a computer on it, but that's all I know. We just have to maintain the place and watch the supplies, and basically that's all it was. We were warned that if there were any intruders, we should take cover because the security system hadn't been tuned yet, and we hadn't been given our friend or foe IDs.
Well, then keeping him with me, I'm going to drag him up to this office, and Eki and Donahue are the ones that can get into computer information. But I'm going to keep him with me, not letting him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Isn't that like a lot of cameras?
It's unusual.
Isn't this like candy camera?
Oh, hang on, 8.
8 cameras for one room. Aren't we like on a film set now? Is there somebody like filming this for like, are we going to appear on the television?
They got us on Simpsons, and now they want us on just normal camera feed. Yeah.
The security guard says, "Look, basically," and said, "Look, I'll show you the way." And where is he? I've lost him on the combat tracker. He is no longer targeting anyone. He goes, look, and he starts walking. walks up the steps. He says, "Excuse me," as he goes past the two. He looks at the body on the floor and goes, "They don't pay me enough for this job," and keeps walking down the corridor.
Yeah, but he ain't going anywhere until we get what we want. So that's something he needs to understand.
At that point, when he gets to there, he suddenly stops and goes. He said there was only one. He said there was only one.
By the way, that room north of Quigwise, does it look like it's spraying jam everywhere?
There's a sudden staccato of rapid machine gun fire, and the security guard just flies backwards into Donahue in a spray of blood and guts all over the place. Deal. Oh, Waif gets the Joker, you jammy so-and-sos.
Well, Waif don't like the fact that this guy just took out her.
At some point, must turn blood splats off. You basically walk up and you shoot at the turret, shaking it. Merlin.
Merlin is going to also shoot at the turret.
Bloody hell!
Merlin obviously knows exactly the right spot to hit an armored turret with a bow and arrow.
I shot at him? Yes, he does.
Bang! The turret just shuts down and just hangs limply from the ceiling. I don't know. Start putting in turrets that Donahue can hack, and you guys shoot them before he's. Well, he's not here last week to hack him, and this week you kill him before he gets a chance to hack him. I don't know. Or have fun and change the friend or foe targeting. But anyway, I shall unlock the tokens again. Yeah, it does look like it's spraying jam everywhere, doesn't it? I don't know what they're up to up there. That's probably part of the original building.
He said the security guard something about an office. Oh wait, this looks like computer consoles over here.
There's two doors. Let me open the doors to give you so you can. Hang on, did I forget to put a door on the map? I forgot to put a door on the map. Oh yeah, no, there's a door there. That's fine. But I did forget to put a door on the map. This is what happens when you do it. This is what happens when you draw a map in 30 seconds flat.
I've just noticed a new feature and thingy. It's like, I'm impressed.
What's that?
That when you target multiple people, each arrow's a different colour.
I'd not noticed that.
I've just noticed that.
When you do what?
I've targeted everybody in the room, right? And you're all.
And it puts an arrow on you pointing at who you are. That's old. That's been in core RPG for
they changed the colours of the arrows. Each arrow is a different colour. The arrows are actually using the
they're using the dice colour, yeah.
Of the person you're targeting now, rather than your dice colour.
Yes, so like if I target Aki, it's orange, so I know I got a visual, I know that I've targeted. But if I target Waif, it's going to be blue.
Yeah. Logically, if you target the air elemental, it goes to green, I suppose, because he's allied. What happens if I change the colour of the air elemental? Yeah, look. So if the air elemental's friendly is green, if he's neutral, it's orange. You know, see what I mean? So yeah, that's new. Anyway. Anyway, I'll cancel that because you don't need it now. Okay, so you enter this room over here, and Merlin's entered the room to the south. So this appears to just be sort of some manufacturing equipment. Merlin, you appear to be in some sort of office with a really old-fashioned looking display on the screen. It's like you're quite surprised. There's a keyboard and a box and a screen with a cube on the back of it.
Oh, missed a bit out.
Oh, the computer is in the room that Merlin's in.
It appears to be, yes. I mean, actually, I just noticed there's another one in there, but yeah. It's this.
Over this. Is this a window?
Yes, it is a window.
Okay, then Merlin's going to come over here and examine this pin board back here.
Okay, on the it's interesting. On the pin board appears to be pictures of all of you, except for one, which basically you can find Queeg's picture, you can find Donahue's picture. Sorry, not Don. You find Queeg's pictures, and Pal's picture, and your picture, and Aki's picture, and Wave's picture, and there's an additional sort of the same. All of you are basically like in well, pretty much like your portraits are here. So sort of photo sized things, and then there's just one that appears to be just a black square with a question mark on it.
That'll be Donny, won't it?
Get the good side.
Unfortunately, it was before you had your hair redone, Pal. But and Waif, it's why your hair, it's a photo of you in a state where, well, it basically appears to be they all seem to be taken from the feed. Somehow he's he's obviously used some mind print technology that some people, you can print things from feeds, as it were. So he seems like he's watched the SimSense feed and outdate had taken memory grabs, as it were, to print out your faces.
Yeah, we'll have to find a way of deleting the evidence. I don't want any evidence of me with bad hair.
The information, what the board seems to show quite a lot of information. It's really strange. It's all being written online, but then given that, but then the computer you find on the desk here seems quite low key and old tech. It's basically almost unhackable by obsolescence, if that makes sense. It appears to actually have what you seem. You can't remember the exact name of it, but you sometimes see them in the antique shops. A cathode YouTube or something display. You're not entirely sure on the of their tech, but
cathode YouTube. Give yourself a penny for that.
Yeah. It all appears, everything seems to be printed out. It looks like there's nothing being stored. In fact, actually looking at it, it does appear that doesn't appear to be any real storage. It does appear to be one of those old word processing type things, but obviously, and everything seems to be printed out, and it seems to have relative details and information for all of you. As in sort of contacts, friends or family, and possible weaknesses and attacks. Again, all of you have a lot of information underneath each of your photos, except for the one that under the question mark, which seems to be quite blank in any really useful information, other than basically of just a post. Well, like a post-it note. I dread to think what company they're called in the future, but stuck on, but that just obviously it just says hacker with a question mark after it. You notice what also you notice is off the side of the board, you do see a picture of Twixie, which seems to indicate that he is currently out of country. And I've forgotten the name of the other hacker. You do find
the Rasta Man.
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, you do find there was Babby Man, and there was also what's the other hacker? It would appear that Babby Man his whereabouts is currently unknown. And the other face you recognise, I can't remember the name. I've forgotten the name. That you were cracking the data cube, weren't you? Apparently, it shows a lot of information there that implies he was running with a new group, basically. But due to ties to you, it would appear that there underneath his picture, you see that a payment has been made to Victor Hakim, sorry, Vizier Hakim, 2 days ago.
That's the day that they tried to take out Nakazumi.
Someone tried to take out Nakazumi today.
So that's possibly the payment for that.
The other thing you notice is on the desk, Donahue, is a delivery receipt for a parcel, but you don't know where the parcel doesn't appear to be in this office.
Was it supposed to be delivered here?
It was delivered here, and according to it was signed for. It was according, as far as you can tell, it was signed for by one of the security guards this morning.
All right, so the computer is basically not hackable and wouldn't have any real retention of information, right?
No, it looks like someone is you get the distinct impression someone knows how good you are and is not leaving you any clues.
We have the parcel slip. I'll grab that.
There's a parcel on the desk there, Queeg and Pow Pow. You've just from where I've just noticed it's sitting on the desk. This must have been the security office.
I'll grab one of the cameras.
Be my guest.
And I will like hack into it or extract the Wi-Fi card, so I can go to track down access the server with the video cameras and stuff.
Yep, certainly. Yeah, you could go pick one of those down and start analysing that. I'll get some electronic rolls off you. What are the rest of you up to?
I'm just watching for anybody coming in and interrupting us.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm serious.
Which is basically what Quig's doing as well.
Notice checks.
Mostly because I haven't yet.
Pow Pow.
Merlin is going to do an astral scan of the area. He's going to kind of step out of the office and look around, and if he needs to, step into each of the individual rooms to.
Yeah, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast a couple of.
You completely failed to do anything. Merlin, yeah, you if you want, yeah, you can step into each room, do an astral scan, and so can Pow Pow if you want.
No, I'm gonna cast a couple of spells.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Summon a Light twice. Or not, as the case may be.
Something obviously seems to be blocking this area, Merlin, to prevent astral walking, it would appear. And something appears to be blocking spirits as well.
Right, cast Spirit.
Aki, you critically failed your notice, so I'm afraid you basically looking around the place. You failed to notice the slightly damaged loose tile, and you basically knock into Donahue as he's analysing the electronics, scattering components across the floor.
Sorry. Looking at me toes.
Let's have a look on the astral plane then. To make it.
No, after all of that, make a notice check as well. Merlin basically seems to be unable to access the astral plane from here. That's rather disturbing in its own right. Can I make a notice check, Pow Pow? Can you make a notice check, please, Pow Pow? There's a parcel on this desk over here. There seems to, it seems a bit, the bottom of it seems to be a bit on the moist side and stained.
It's a bit. We've got a moist parcel here. What does that mean?
When I say moist, it's the bottom of it. It seems to be. Yeah, it has all the corporate logos of of a delivery company and a deliver by today stamp date stamped on it.
If you do delivery, do you not? Do
I
you
didn't
think
deliver.
somebody? So is this the legit parcel or somebody just mailed us ahead or something like that?
Can I have a hack? Okay, you've sort of worked out how the electronics are rigged up, Donahue, even with Aki knocking bits all over the place, which slowed you down slightly. If you make, you reckon that you can probably reprogram it and trace a signal source back. That will be a hacking roll. Back to Waif. Yeah, basically the parcel sitting on the desk there. There seems to be the lower half of it, and the lower half of the parcel seems to basically be stained with moisture, dark moisture, as it were.
Well, I'm going to examine it more closely because blood has a pretty distinctive smell.
Indeed. Yeah, it's blood.
Okay. Then I am.
Mailed us ahead in the book.
They didn't mail it to us. This is sent here, so I'm going to very carefully open the package.
Okay, you very carefully open the package. You think you see the problem as you start opening it. You realise that basically, as you sort of turn it round to open it, you notice it says "keep upright" with the arrow pointing to the desk at the moment.
I'm going to flip it over before I open it.
Okay, well, flipping it over means obviously you're now going to have to deal with the blood covered side of it, but which makes it easier to open. It's all soggy and everything, and there's a stain on the desk. Opening it up, it would appear that basically, regardless of the fragiles and everything else, it seems to be chucked around and basically stored upside down. When you open it up, there appears to basically the internal container appears to have basically been knocked open at some point. The whole inside of it seems to be basically wet, which you assume may well have been melted ice, and basically there's basically a pool of sort of watery blood inside the box, and what appears to be a human heart. And attached to it, actually literally stapled to the heart, is a metal tag saying POD.
Proof of death.
Correct. Donahue, as far as you can tell, the server farm is on site. The speed of the ping packets coming back imply that basically the server farm is on site.
All right. I will move around. I'll note the amount of what is the. I'll note the time, and I'll basically go and hit like 2 other spots to triangulate where the server likely is.
Basically, it's I mean, the issue you're going to have with that is really you're literally, as far as you can tell, you're literally it's literally somewhere within this very building you're in right now is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but it measures in microseconds, so.
Oh, microseconds, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I'll test the ping speed here. I'll go to up here. I'll do a ping test there. I'll do a ping test there, and that should give me an idea of at least a general location of where the server is.
South.
Like
you get the impression that basically obviously when you entered the north end of the building, and because that was where the doors were, on the west side of the north end of the building. So what you can gather is the data center is obviously appears to be somewhere on the other side of this wall.
Your balls are
not
showing.
literally on the other side, as far as you can tell. I mean, from what you can ascertain, it's on this level south of your current location. You're going to have to go through one of those red doors on the southern end of the map.
No, wait, is it on the first floor or the second floor?
This building only has the one floor, as far as you can tell from externally. It could be basements, but obviously it's only a single floor.
Stairs.
Well, there's stairs up to the upper level, which is where the second door, all the way to the east, is.
Yeah, I see what she's saying. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Logically, it would have 2 floors, so it would be on the ground floor. Sorry, I understood. I understand where you're coming from now. In fact, there's an indication. Actually, it's probably one. It's below you. You get the impression. Actually, now you recheck here, it could well be below you. Right now, as it were, as you're over here.
I'll let others start. Like we're looking for this, and I'll head for those. I'll head for the door over by the south entrance.
Secret doors.
Ask for someone to come with me.
Yes, you were quite correct. I forgot that there's actually an upper floor that you guys are on. So logically speaking, that door will take you to an upper floor that runs along the building, and that floor will take you, as you quite rightly surmise. Yeah. Okay, someone's going to have to get through that door. You can use electronics or lockpicking, or even hacking. Basically, if you feel so inclined. I'll be nice. I could let you use all 3 to get through that door.
It appears to be a door. Okay.
It is a digital lock, so you can use any of all. You can use all 3. If it's a mag lock, you can need to use hacking, and then Well, you are. Oh, I shall get you all down there. Are you? How long does your elemental last for? I can never remember.
An hour.
That's what I thought. So you've still got your elemental. That's fine.
His elemental lasts for his smarts dice in hours.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think it might be now that you say that.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Okay. You open the door to the south. It reveals a set of stairs heading downwards.
Off I go.
Okie dokie.
Merlin very subtly pulls his hand away from the grenade that he was getting ready to throw at the door.
Lucky.
What do I need to? What do I need to do? I need to.
Do I need to roll that?
I'm just trying to work it. No, I don't think there's no easy way to. So basically speaking, yeah, that's how we'll do it. So, so you open the door, you head through it and down the corridor, and we'll put Aki at the front because Aki always likes going up front. And you head down that. You basically take the stairs down. The corridor at the bottom of the stairs turns to the right, and you see a large metal door in front of you. As you approach it, obviously there is some sort of motion or proximity sensor or something, because the door just opens up automatically, and that you find basically it's a dark open area ahead of you. Basically no illumination at all, and some except for like you get in planes, the low level light strips and going across, so you can see a set of steps leading upwards.
Okay.
All I've got is a black map at the moment.
Yeah.
I haven't
Nothing.
shared anything. I don't think I've shared anything yet. That's the point.
You shared it
First thing is what
factory,
they're
but
looking
no,
at.
just a black map.
You have to shut. Close the old map.
Yeah.
Close black.
You haven't put us on it yet.
I'll put you on the new map, but you haven't
You
reached
haven't
the
shared
new
Oh,
map.
that explains
I-
it then. Right, okay, good. Right.
Yeah, I've put you on the new map, but you haven't reached it yet. Therefore, I can't actually share the map
Yep,
with
got
you
it.
because
Don't
you're-
worry, it's
you're-
just me being stupid.
You haven't climbed the stairs by the echoing. The echoing. There's an echoing sound. You get the impression it's quite a large room. From Donahue's pings, the server room, the point of origin should be at the far side of this room. Do you climb the stairs?
If he doesn't, Waif will push past him and start up the stairs.
Okay, Waif pushes past and starts climbing up the stairs.
Because Waif has a bad feeling that that heart belongs to somebody they might have known in the past, or so I will continue up the stairs till I reach the top. Are you guys coming?
I am
Yep.
taking the heart with us, by the way.
You're taking the heart with us.
I'm gonna have it DNA tested. I'm gonna know who it was.
Okay. You climb up the stairs. Basically the room, as I say, the echoes around as you climb up the stairs. You get the impression you're in a very large area. You hear as you start climbing up the stairs. You hear the sound of the door shutting quietly behind you. Can I notice checks, please? Waif and Merlin. Need to give Waif and Merlin. You basically, as you climb up the stairs, you can't help but notice there. Other than there does appear to be the anyone. Let's see, Donahue, Pow. You can hear the slight background sound of of an air conditioning system that's basically keeping the air cool and purified in here. However, Waif and Merlin, you can't help but you hear it above that another sound that you can't actually. It takes you a few moments to place, but you suddenly get the distinct impression it sounds like
the next time one of you tells me
panting. And I
what
mean
to
like
do
a dog
in my
panting, not
private life,
not
explain
anything
to
else.
me
And at
why
that
I
point,
shouldn't just
suddenly
tell
the
you
whole
where to
place
get
goes
off.
from dark to absolute blinding
But I
bright light. As the whole
absolutely
room
accept and
lights
understand
up.
the frustration, even the anger that people.
And you find and basically you suddenly find that you're surrounded. Suddenly, a blue nimbus force field goes up that seems around you, sort of hemming you in, and you notice that there seems to be an awful lot of cybernetic animals and robots, and some incredibly overchromed figure standing at the opposite side. And overly overchromed guy basically seems to be
Good work, lad.
grinning and saying, "Wolfgang welcomes you
Thanks.
to the Thunderdome." And
Is he
starts
grinning
running
as
towards
big
you.
as Quig is?
Who knows? Quig's really happy because Quig has got gets to go first on a Joker.
Isn't this like another gladiatorial thing that where people are pay-per-view?
Well, you do appear to be in some sort of arena, and you can see there's seats everywhere, but they're all empty.
Waif just drew another card, and she's got a Joker.
Oh, crikey. You guys. You guys.
Do you want to go first, Waif?
Oh, you're welcome to, Quig. I have absolute faith in you.
Hang on, let me. Oh, yeah, tokens should be right, and there should be a grid. So, yeah, that should be fine. Go for it.
Yep, I'm going to run up to there. Shame that's all I can do, though.
Unless you've got any sort type of ranged attack yet, I'm afraid to say.
Well, the broom's got reach, but not that much.
Fair enough. Waif.
Oh, she's gonna step up in this direction. And she's gonna go for what's close. Let's see if it's close enough. Oh, I'll Benny at one time. I got lots of Bennies.
Interestingly, the second the Cyber Arena turned up, the viewer numbers increased by 400%.
One more. I know that.
Welcome to the Thunderdome. Shooting a Cyber Hound, are you?
Trying to take him out with a shuriken.
I think you've hit him.
3 times the charm.
You're going to take out a Cyber Hound with one single shuriken, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yeah, okay. You basically your shurikens cuts through one of the main one of the main power lines, and basically the Cyber Hound, although not actually down, is unable to move as he's totally, as you render all his cyber
by fucking gum
systems inert. Donahue.
Okay. Are those checking Wi-Fi networks? Are those security robots have Wi-Fi, or are they?
They do appear to be operated at a network level to help them coordinate with each other. Therefore, you can use hacking to distract them. Yes, as a test on them is what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Let me go a little bit further than a test, but I suppose that'll do.
Quig needs to step away for a minute, but if anybody actually gets within reach, I got first strike.
Thank you for reminding me, because they will. Are you? Which one were you using that on?
2.
Okay.
I might Benny it if it doesn't go well.
Well, it's an opposed roll, and obviously it's a test, isn't it? So it's basically an opposed roll. So if you want to get better than, if you need a 4 or more to succeed, and then obviously I'm going to basically try and resist your hacking with well, whatever it tells me to. So but just if you want to try and get a better roll, spend a Benny.
Oh no, that didn't work.
Say parry 7. You shouldn't need to drag it as an attack. Just roll hacking again. Because yeah. Oh, it's not opposing it. That's interesting. Have I turned off the extension? Sorry, I was hoping it would. Oh, the targeting's gone because that's why. Not even gonna go at you. This is crying out loud. This is me trying to think. I can't remember what it's going to use to oppose. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's smart. Yeah, it should make sense. So, I'm going to let you. I'm going to be nice, and obviously you did roll, and then I'm going to be nice and let you keep the 7 that I rolled for you. You have actually
the robot.
Yeah, you basically have really messed with number 2, security 2, and you've shaken it by messing with its with its controls. It's trying to. You basically sent so much. You basically sort of bombard it with null data that it's basically its processors overloaded trying to sort out the data feed that's coming in. That it basically is incapable of, for all intents and purposes.
Good old DOS attack. Good old DOS attack. Denial of service.
Exactly. Yeah, denial of service attack. Thank you. I couldn't think of the right phrase. You've hit it with a denial of service attack, and you shake it because of it. Oh, why the hell? Oh, Krieg's got a Joker. That's why I thought, why the hell did he hit on a 3? But that's fine. Unfortunately, the Cyberhound is unaffected. Oh, crud, I just closed the map by mistake. The Cyberhound is unaffected by Queeg's attack. It will now bite Queeg.
Oh, bollocks. He's going to bite Queeg.
Hitting Queeg. Who has stepped up? Oh, dear. I'm going to spend one of Queeg's pennies on that. I'm sure he would.
Yep.
Queeg basically is in a vicious fight with a cyberhound. Bring us to Pow Pow.
Yes, I will cast protection for 8 power points.
Go for it.
And I will cast it with everybody, more armor, and the shroud effect to put a cloud over them all.
Ooh, with the shroud effect, eh? Nice.
We're going to penny that. Captain Finn. Okay, we'll take the 6. So, yeah, that's +4. The more armor option.
Oh, okay. Bugger. That would teach me. And Shroud is also don't move on yet. Shroud is actually attack -1, isn't it? At them.
Attack so everybody gets attack -1.
Yep.
And 4 points of armor.
Yep. And unfortunately, because that's not coming from you, it's not going to count as being from you, but that's okay. I can do that. Armor 4 on Queen.
Spell never do it.
It doesn't do the shroud. It does in Pathfinder because I've put the shroud effect in Pathfinder.
I know. I was thinking I should push the button here, but it ain't Pathfinder, is it?
It's not Pathfinder. No, I've put all the extra effects in because obviously they're in Pathfinder.
So you've spoiled being Pathfinder. So I thought, yeah, I could just put 2 buttons in this. It'll do it. I'll get pardon or
not. No, in Pathfinder it will. Although I've hit a really interesting one on Pathfinder that I need to I've had some very interesting ones on Pathfinder. I need to get a kill to sort out, but that's by the by. Okay, who doesn't have? Has any of you not got attack -1 and armor +4 on you that I've missed? I think you're all good. Key.
All right.
Merlin's only got armor 2.
Thank you. Oh, he hasn't. It's just because I haven't tabbed out of it. It didn't update it on the. You know what I mean? Have we lost Aki? Oh no, he's shooting. He's concentrating. He's taking aim and concentrating. Okay, you hit the Nala service robot, causing a wound. I will attempt to soak that, which I do. Unfortunately, you hit the robot, but you didn't hit one of its critical. You didn't hit a critical area, and therefore it just only damages non-critical functioning systems. Do you wish to move or do anything else? Okie dokie.
Got to move up there.
Yeah, you move to the edge of the force field that's limiting your movement. Okay, the security robot advances. Sees 3 of you at the back there. So it's going to target Merlin. And basically lifts up one of its arms, which appears to be shaped like a large empty tube. And there's a distinct pump noise as it fires a rather large object towards everyone, which isn't actually aimed at Merlin. It's basically where Merlin is. So a 5 is accurate, causing a medium burst template centered on Merlin. And there's a loud.
Isn't it still considered long range though?
It is still considered long range. I do apologise, which is -4, which is a miss. I take it back. Thank you for pointing that one out. I shall give you a Betty, not that you need it. Therefore, it will deviate It will. Okay, well that's a moot point. It deviates and hits the back wall. How far?
And bounces to where?
It bounces 2 inches off the back wall, which will bounce it to. Oops, bounces it to there, which still catches you, I'm afraid.
Okay, yeah, I had to try.
No, you did try. It was very good. Yeah. Basically, but there's a very loud flash. Sorry, very loud bang and a flash as the stun grenade goes off. So your air elemental, Donahue, and Merlin all have to make vigor rolls, not at -2 because of your. I'm going to give you your magical protection will give you some benefit against it, or be stunned as the stun grenade goes off. Okay, Merlin. Donahue survives the. Okay, the elemental is stunned, but Merlin and Donahue survive the stun grenade going off. Cyberhound number 3 is going to run.
Ooh.
Not very far. F11. I haven't got one keyboard. Okay, the Overborg Gladiator draws a blade. It's a very, very ornate looking blade, and it's glowing with this yellowy energy. I know the token shows 2, but he's only got the 1 blade. With the other, basically, suddenly popping up over his shoulder is basically appears an assault rifle, and he opens fire at missing. The hacked security robot. I thought it should have been shaken. How did it recover?
I shot it.
Oh, and I soaked the Benny. Yes.
Actually, if it was, yes, if I wounded it and it was already shaken, shouldn't that have been 2 wounds? I don't know.
No. If you shake it when it's already shaken, that's 1 wound. But if you, that's it. That's how it goes. It's going to shoot you. Oh dear, this might be unpleasant. How many bennies you got? You got 7.
Okay. He's not even going to hurt me. He's going to bounce off my armor.
His right arm, you notice, isn't actually an arm, but ends in sort of multiple barrels that start spinning very fast. And then an awful lot of bullets are fired at you as the minigun opens up, hitting you twice. I think the first one might have hurt, judging by the fact it seemed to roll an awful lot of dice. Or did it just? I just shot you again. Ignore that. So I hit you twice. I don't know how I managed to. Have I not put the damage on them? Yes, I have. I just didn't do it right. Okay. So the first one bounces off your armor. The second one bounces off your armor. Merlin.
Well, Merlin is going to. Man, I really wish. You know what? Merlin is going to. Can I do range? Is that? It does have a range of smarts. Okay, and I have a smarts of 8. So Merlin is going to step to here and cast magic weapon on everybody's stuff.
Nice. That catches everyone. Allow me to help you with the targeting. Go for it. Merlin casts magic weapon.
Helps if I'm on the right tab. No wonder I can't find it. You know, let's benny that once since I've got so many.
Yes, you do have an awful lot of bennies today.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So
go for it. Hit that. Enhanced.
Oops, no, not that one. This one.
Definitely playing too much Pathfinder. I'm thinking, right, you've just cast Major Smite as opposed to Minor Smite.
That Pathfinder does mess with your head, and I've noticed.
It's the rules are just subtly different enough to get me confused now. They are the same, but they're subtly different. So I do keep thinking.
I said to a player again, why don't you use desperate attack? And he went, what you mean, wild swing? I'm like, right, okay.
And then we'll step back just a little bit more so that Pow Pow's a little bit more of a target than he is.
Okie dokie. What's your elemental going to do? Not a lot.
So he is going to kind of fly over this direction a little bit.
Well, don't forget when you're stunned, you're prone
that's
and
right.
everything else.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. And I guess he's done.
Okay, that brings us to Cyberhound number 4, who also is going to attempt to run. Let's see if he can actually run further than the other Cyberhound. Yes, he can. Oops, let's do that again. Is that double someone trying to use a ranged weapon?
Doesn't give me a opportunity attack, does it?
Unfortunately not, because it didn't. You weren't engaged.
Yeah.
You already used your first strike. Have you got improved first strike?
Nope, just the one.
Yeah, because I used your first strike on the other Cyberhound, so no, you don't. If you had improved, yes, because it went past you, didn't it? Okay, next round. Okay, let's see what happens. Pow Pow gets. My goodness gracious, Pow Pow gets a Joker. How many beddies have you all got?
Maybe enough.
Pow Pow gets the Joker. Okay, fire in the hole.
Oh gosh.
I'll throw a fragmentation grenade and land it so it hits all three of them.
Okay. That's an accurate throw, except hang on.
It's in medium range, though.
It's medium range, so that's going to deviate. -2.
I think we're going to Benny. We wanted to be quite accurate. Oh, right. It's a 6. That's a 6. That'll do.
That's a 6. That's accurate. Yep. So, okay. So then we get to roll. Each of them gets to roll evasion, which I did find out the other day is actually built in the combat tracker. You can actually type /roll evasion, and it will actually do an agility check at -2, which is really nice. Okay, so security robot number 2 will attempt to evade the grenade and fail. The Overborg Gladiator will attempt an agility check at -2 to avoid the roll and fail. The other security robot will attempt an agility check at -2 and fail. I think the Overborg is going to spend one of his bennies and try. I'm going to spend one of my bennies on him and give him one more chance to evade. And he still fails. Okay, you get to target all 3 and roll damage. Okay.
And we're going to Benny the damage because we're faster.
$17 damage. Okay, so the first one's not showing the extra damage, which is there we go. So we're going to cancel the 14 damage on each of them, and you're going to keep the 17 damage on each of them. So let me see. The hacked security robot takes 2 wounds from 17 damage as a heavy weapon, and it basically is destroyed by the grenade going off. The Overborg Gladiator is shaken, and the other hacked security robot takes 1 wound.
But it doesn't take any damage, does it?
Alas, no. They're constructs. Are you doing anything else?
No, fine. Happy with that.
Okay, the Cyberhound number 4 is biting Aggie. hitting. I just managed to grab the entire map rather than the damage. Jeepers creepers. I'll spend my last penny on that. Unharmed. Donahue! Hello, Mr. Donahue.
Okay. Sorry, just double checking the map.
That's okay.
Security robots shaken.
It's also injured.
Shaken. Oh, it is injured. Okay. I think I'll just use scavenger to pull out a grenade.
Yep, go for it. That's a Benny though, isn't it? But of course you can.
Oh, you can afford that.
No,
Exactly.
it doesn't require a Benny.
Yeah, but it's
Does it not require Benny? No, it doesn't. That's fine.
Move up a little bit and toss a grenade over at the gladiator and the robot.
Okie dokie. Items. Grenade. Fragmentation grenade. 5, 10, 20. Which strikes me as a bit strange. I'm sure it was 369, but anyway. Were you
It was
throwing it
50,
at,
90, 200, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At those two.
Yep. Okay. What I should have done was actually drop that on you so you'd have it. Hang on. There we go.
That's devastating. When they do it, everybody throw a grenade. It's devastating.
Okay, you've got a grenade, so you can throw it. I just leave it on your tracker. You know, I mean, your combat list. It doesn't matter. If you've got one, then you've got it. Well, you know what you actually have to do is you have to target one of them, as it were, rather than both of them for now, because obviously what you're doing is deciding how accurate your throw is. So you're not necessarily targeting it exactly there. I'm just reaching it as a. So it's going to be a miss. So you need to. Yeah.
Not roll a critical.
Yeah, just don't roll a critical. Okay, that's going to be accurate. So yeah, by all means, just target both of them, and also target both of them, and also manually turn on the raised dice, because you're not actually throwing them to hit in the traditional sense. It's how accurate you throw it at their feet, as it were.
Yep.
And obviously, as I was about to say, it could have deviated. It would have deviated. That's all that happened if you miss. So, okay, so that's 3 wounds on the security robot. It seems it's going to make you roll separately. And I'm not going to. I've never worked out why Fantasy Grounds makes you roll together and separately. Sometimes it just does. So, and yeah, because it's going to be 1 wound only. I'm going to. The Overboard Gladiator is going to spend one of his personal bennies to attempt to soak that. He soaks one of them, but he does take a wound. And the hack security robot is incapacitated as the fragmentation grenade shreds all his vital components.
And then I will get back a little.
Okie dokie. Brings us to Aki. You've got a very large cyberhound trying to chew your leg off. No, for crying out loud, I've done it again.
What have you done?
I'm trying to delete pointers. I managed to select close map instead by some reason. You haven't targeted the dog, but a 7 misses.
Yeah, I've got him targeted. Cyberhound miss, yeah.
Yeah, I apologise. That's what I meant.
But I was multi-attack, so I'm going to try again. Actually, I'm going to spend another penny on it since I've got about 900. Oh, you son of a bitch. Right, second attack. Yep, that was good. Right, okay. That was my go over.
You pound ineffectually at the cyber hound. Okay, the gladiator's a bit injured, but he's going to run straight up to Waif. He raises the energy blade and slashes down at her. Missing. Waif.
He's too close for ranged. So I'm going to punch him.
Go for it. You hit him. You punch him very hard indeed. I'm going to have to spend his last penny and soak that. Which he does. He literally, his whole head snaps back with the punch, and then he just looks at you and grins.
But he's not shaking, so I can't move back.
No. Queeg. Queeg is swinging that broom wildly around. I almost feel sorry for the Cyberhound. He hits. That's quite depressing. Hitting on a two,
Yeah, it is.
1 and a 2. 1 and a 2, and you still hit. It's good.
Okay, he gets one more, and then we'll call that a hit. That's just a hit.
It would appear that fate has spoken. 2 wounds. Well, there's not much of that Cyberhound left. Down it goes. Do you wish to move? That Cyberhound just crumples in a heap as Queeg just smashes into it. I'll move on to Merlin. Mr. Merlin, sir.
Okay. The overboard gladiator.
Yes.
How much armor does it look like he has with all of his?
He is completely chrome. He's covered head to foot.
He is super chromed. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So let us throw a super magic missile at him. Powerbolt. I am going to I'm going to up the damage, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and spend the 3 points for 6 points of armor piercing.
Oh, nice.
So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's add the fatigue to that. 7, 8. Lingering damage. Yeah, let's go and spend all of it, and just I'm going to spend all 10 of my power points to make it a lingering damage one. It's a little electricity bolt that I'm throwing at him.
I love it. It's 10 power points on a bolt. That's horrifyingly scarily damage. Go for it. Just don't crit fail. That hits.
I think I want to try and go for the raise. There we go. Oh man, it tried not to be, didn't it?
It did try very hard not to be. Okay, you got the hit with a raise. So the fatigue hits it, first things first. Then do you want to Benny the damage?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop Benny on that once.
Seeing as you got a 1 on the extra dice.
Oops. Yeah, it didn't roll the extra.
So roll the extra because you.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on.
That's 20.
Big whammies. There we go.
26.
Keep going.
There we go.
30 points of damage.
And it's AP 6.
And well, yeah, that should have factored in. Oh, it didn't. Oh, yeah, you have to.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. I have to work out how we. Then I'll have to look into a way of doing that. Must be a way. Okay. Well, AP6 means the toughness. I just manually take down the toughness. I just deduct that many points of armor.
You add to the damage. If it's armor piercing, he's got armor. You just
actually, no, you don't add to the damage, do you? What you actually do is you take off every point of armor that you're on the damage where you do damage and toughness, isn't it? On the combat tracker, all I do is for that particular attack, for every point of armor piercing, I can manually reduce the toughness because that's what armor piercing does. It negates toughness. I have no bennies left.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
On paper, that thing's obscene. You guys just took it out before I got a chance to really let it do much. I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining. I'm sure you'll see more of them in the future. That stun grenade really did the number on that.
Really did that elemental in. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I guess that's it.
Okay. Yep. It's almost as if it's vindictive, isn't it? But Merlin. It's actually their program to attack whoever does the most damage, but Merlin is protected anyway. That brings us to what will probably be another joke. Yeah, jeepers creepers. How many jokers are you guys going to get today? I want those 15 invisible goblins back. Donahue. They took all the jokers.
There's still stuff. Yes, there's still stuff left.
He targets a cyber dog. Sorry.
I'll try and shoot one of its legs to make it not able to hinder it as well.
You can certainly do that. That would be a cool shot at -2.
Yeah, but I got a smart link pistol, so it becomes negated.
It negates it. Wonderful. Take the shot. You'll make it lame if you manage to pull it off.
Do I have it targeted? No, I do not have it.
Oh, it's slow now, isn't it? It's not lame. It's not lame anymore. It's called slow. Yeah.
That extra damage or just...
Okay, you shoot it, hitting it in the leg you were aiming at.
I'll try saying that.
I probably don't even need to worry about putting this in.
Oh, I have a joker. Okay. So that still hit with a raise then. Cool.
Yeah. Roll that damage. Yep. 6 is a hit with a raise when you have the joker bonus. Mind you, it's still a wounded kills it, by the way.
Yeah, nice. Oh, look at that.
I blow both of his front legs off.
I think you just blew him in the hot. Yeah, you literally just basically you aim for the leg, but what actually happens is you actually hit one of the main servos that causes a short circuit, and the whole cyberhound basically is hit in a back loop feed of nastiness and promptly dies. Aki.
Okay. Oh, that might be a bit better than the... Oh, look, lucky dice. That's a shock club, so...
Figure check at the -2. Okay. Vigor at -2. It's stunned.
And I'm going to move over there. Pass my turn.
I think we'll have it. It's stunned and it howls out in pain, and the sound echoes round the building.
So Okay, but what I will say is, I know you'll remember that. Well, I'll put it in my notes as well. I will say in that case, what I will certainly do is, yes, I will prep the reinforcements, but we'll prep it for the next session. So for next session, you will all get an additional adventure card. So remind me next session, okay, guys? I think this is a good logical place to leave it, especially as someone's just played reinforcements, as I was planning on getting you out of the arena. But that's fine by me. Hope you enjoyed it. It was
excellent. Thank you very much.
and,
I thought you're just about to finish, so I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger.
It's a very good cliffhanger to leave it on. Now, obviously, I get next week is the 4th of July, so I'm wondering if it's worth making you wait a week rather than playing next Sunday, depending on numbers. But well, just let me know during the week which way you want to go on that, because obviously over here we 4th of July is just a day in July, but obviously for you guys across the pond, those bloody colonists, you hold some significance towards it.
Excuse me, but given my
the
ancestry,
4th of July is a good idea, and then Donald Trump come along and stomped on it. Actually, he's been stomping on it for the past 100 years, hasn't they? But yeah.
Doswell, given
yes,
my ancestry, I am not a freaking colonist.
Okay. Colonials. I'm only joking.
Well, I have
yes,
as many.
yes.
My people have as many issues with them as the Brits did, but that's different.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because our issue is with the Brits who sent them here in the first damn place.
Well, okay, fair enough. That's understandable. You get even more beef than anyone else, I suspect. But
yeah, all bollocks.
It was all political. Anyway.
All the stuff the British
Oh,
Empire
don't feel
did.
bad. We hate the French just as much as we hate the British.
Excellent.
That's the way we like it. But anyway, so yeah, as I say, if you're not if you're not going to make it next week, which is fine, let me know. And what I'm inclined to do at this moment is possibly pause it a week anyway, just because of that. But we'll see what the numbers are like. I'm open either way. Saturday, I probably won't do the next Savage Vason. I may well just have. I don't know. We'll see how we go on that. So if you normally play on Saturday and you can't make it again, just let me know. It's not a problem. Obviously, it's an important holiday weekend for those in America.
Yeah, we're all responsible for everything. Yeah, the British Empire is responsible for the whole lot.
Yeah, well, just let me know during the weekend. I'll see you whenever.
Yeah,
Thanks very much, guys.
Anyway, stream's over.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Bye.